Yeah, so this is a wildlife reserve. This is Tahunga Creek right here. This is a dry bed for Tahunga Creek. Little Tahunga Creek runs further down that way, and then they both meet up and they feed Hanson Dam. You got a lot of mountain lions out here too. I talk to like the homeless people randomly, and like they'll be telling me like everything that they see. Like a lot of them, they'll come across mountain lions like at night or early in the morning, just like right here, just stalking the trails. And then they said that there was a big, I think they said yellow snake. So I assume that it was a python that someone released a couple years back. Because a lot of people, like a lot of different people I'd meet, were telling me that they saw like a big yellow snake out here, big. Like when they described it, like how fat, like chunky they made it sound. Like the only thing I think is it's a python. Like someone must have had it and released it. I believe it too, cause shit, I used to have a python. I got scared it was gonna eat my dog once it got big, and I gave it to my homie. I used to mess with it, like in the glass, like in the cage. I used to go like this with my finger. And just bring it up, and the python would snap all the time. It would snap and hit the glass, and I thought it was funny because it wouldn't bite me, and it just hit the glass. I was like shit, like in middle school, and then started getting bigger, and feeding day would come, and I didn't know you were supposed to feed them in a separate container, and so I dropped the mice in, and it wouldn't even go for the mice anymore. It was going for my fingers, and so that's when I was just like, I was nervous that I was gonna eat my dog if it ever got out. So I ended up giving him up. So all this is grown out. Let's see, let me turn on my flashlight. That didn't work much. So before you could see the pond. Now everything's all grown out, you can't even see it. All that brush cover. Look at that, look how thick it is. We got a bunch of cattails. I was gonna collect some, but it's already dark. I don't want to get like spiders and stuff, like bring them in my car. All these just grew out too. I was here the other day and they weren't even this long. So it looks like it's just grass or moss, but if you step on that, you're going in. It's a pretty steep drop. Like the water column, it drops pretty deep right away. You got one. I know there's one big bass in here. At least there was. I don't know about after the fire. So there was a fire here a couple years ago, and yeah, like it just burned everything down. And there was one big bass. The rumor that I heard was like somebody caught it. No, this was a man-made lake that somebody had caught a bass from Castaic, I think the lagoon, and they ended up bringing it out to the pond over there, the little man-made lake. So I'm gonna tell you the story of when I was fishing, of the not the mount lion, the wolf. So I was right here just casting. That branch wasn't down yet. I had access to everything. And so I'm right here just casting like crazy. I'm using like my lures. I think I was using a square bill. Yeah, I was using a square bill. I was just casting, reeling in, and all that, just working it. And I don't know, I heard a large splash over there. And I'm thinking it's a big bass. I'm thinking it's like a big bass that jumped, or like maybe like they have goldfish in here, not carp, but goldfish. And so I heard that loud splash, and I looked, and before, all this brush wasn't here in the way, and I just saw something big run across the trail. And the first thing I thought was like, that's a little bear. Like, I'm like, nah, that's not a bear. Like, and then I saw a long tail, and I'm thinking like, it's it's my homies. They're fucking with me. They threw a rock in the water, and they ended up just running across over there. And so I'm chilling here fishing, keeping in mind that there's something in the bush over there. I'm thinking it's my homies. And so every 45 seconds to a minute, it would take one step, and then you'd hear the ground just like crunch. It would step, and you just hear the crunch from like the leaves and the sticks that are in there behind the brush cover. And so finally, like, after maybe like 30 minutes, it finally made its way directly behind me. And look at that, you can't see anything in there. Like, and so once it made its way behind me, it was just right there waiting. And like, I cast it a couple of times, and I was just looking. Like, I looked in my backpack to see what I had, like, just like to defend myself. All I had was pliers, and I got nervous, so I called my friend Doom, and like, I'm thinking like I'm gonna see his light or whatever. I'm gonna hear it ring, like he's gonna burn himself out, like from the call. And then as soon as I call him, he answers. He's like, "How many?" And like, what he meant by how many is like how many bass did you catch? Like, how many fish did you catch? That's something we used to always say to each other. And I didn't see the light. I didn't hear. He was talking loud. I didn't hear his voice in the bush. And so that's when I realized that's not a person in there. That's a predator animal that just crept up on me. Like, it jumped out of it swam through the water, came out, ran across the trail, and then made its way into the bush and just slowly made its way over. And so I didn't want to wait to find out, because it stalked. Like, every one step that it took, that was stalking right there. Like, it was ready to like pretty much attack. I don't think it was just really just trying to watch. It could have done that from a distance. And so I got nervous finally. I reeled up my last cast, and I start walking. All the way over there where my friends were. They're about maybe like, I don't know, maybe about like 3/4 miles down, maybe half a mile. And they're collecting crawfish on that side of the trail. And so I ended up going in there, and I tell them, like, it's my buddy Mosca, my buddy Willie, my buddy Doom. I tell them, hey, there's something out here. Like, something crept up on me. Something stalked me. And my buddy Doom. He's like, you're always scared. Like, you're scared of everything. He's like, you'll be tripping. And like, they just kind of brushed it off, thinking that like I'm just seeing things, I'm hearing things, I'm nervous. And so we're in the bushes now. Like, at that point, we're in the bushes. There's like a little ditch that runs across in there. That water flows through, and there's crawfish in it. And like, I'm nervous. Like, we're in there, and I'm just looking around. Like, I don't know where it's at anymore at that point. Like, I'm just circling. I'm trying to figure out like where it is. I don't know if it might have came around. I don't know if it's coming through this way. And I'll tell him, we gotta go. Like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta dip. Like, and so they kept telling me, like, you're tripping. And I'm just like, they're chilling, like, getting their crawfish. And I'm just looking around like crazy. And finally, like, we leave. We start walking down the trail. And then there's a fork in the trail over there. We got to the fork, and say this is the fork. Like, say this splits the trail, but it ends up meeting up at the same spot. They went right, and I was going left. And like, I felt confident already. It's like, okay, I'm with them. Like, no animal's gonna come. Like, no animal's gonna mess with us. Like, we're a couple people already. And so as soon as they start walking down this side of on the fork trail, they stop. I hear them saying, "You go, no, you go, you go. We'll let fish go. Yeah, we'll let fish go." They used to call me Fish. And so like, I turn around. I'm like, what? And like, I'm like, quit messing with me. I'm like, quit messing with me. This is not. And they're like, you don't see it? I'm like, oh, like calm down. Like you're messing with me. Like, and they're like, we'll walk up ahead then. They're just like, walk up ahead. Like, it's right there. You'll see it once like you walk up a little. So like, I'm thinking they're messing with me. I walk up. Sure enough, I look and I see glowing eyes. Like, I see glowing eyes right in the middle of the trail. And it's just standing there. Like, it's just standing there, just watching. And what ends up happening was like, all of us stared it down. We froze. it had us all in our tracks. The coyote's not gonna do that to us. Like, we're not scared of coyotes. Like I'm not scared of coyotes. Like, I used to coyote fish. I'll tell you another story about that. But yeah, like I chill with the coyotes. Like, I'll be howling with them, everything, spending my nights out here. Like I'm comfortable with them. Like, I really like them. But this wasn't a coyote. It was huge. I'm telling you, it was huge. Like, it was about like, it was higher than my hip for sure. Like, higher than my waist. And it's just standing there, glowing eyes, just like on all four. And we don't know if it's gonna run us down, like try to like come towards us, rush us, or if it's gonna take off or what. And we didn't know like if we should move. And someone's like my friend Doom, he's like just stay still, like don't move. And we're right there just all staring each other down. And casually it just turned and walked back into the bush, and I never saw it again. I messed up like by not checking the tracks. Like, I was at the time I wasn't really like, I wasn't that aware of tracking. And like, I was more nervous at the moment. Like, I'm saying like, we got to go all the way around, cross the bridge, go the long way up the road, or like we'll be safe instead of being out here getting probably ambushed or something. And yeah, so I believe it was a wolf. It was for a dog wouldn't creep like that. A dog wouldn't creep like that. And I thought maybe I was like, okay, maybe it's a hybrid dog, like maybe like some giant dog breed, like maybe it was maybe it mated with like a coyote. I'm thinking like maybe it mated with a coyote, and that's like what stalked us. But I knew it wasn't. And I was like, what if it's just like some freakish genetic that made like this freakishly giant like coyote. And that's the only thing I could think. But I've never seen anything like that before. And so my theory is all this area, it's undisturbed. You could go through the creek. You could go through the creek and make your way up to the Pacific Crest Trail, where like the backpackers take, and nobody's really out there. Nobody really takes those trails except backpackers. How many people are backpacking those trails? Yeah, so my theory is that a wolf made its way through the PCT, Pacific Crest Trail, and then it went through Tahunga Creek and made its way down here. That's the way the mountain lions travel. The mountain lions, they make their way down here through the creek. That's actually how they hunt. They usually hunt along like creek sides, or at the mountain tops. Like, they'll be like along like a hidden area, so when you come out, they'll just attack, like around like a boulder or a big bush. I like this place. It's like, it is creepy at night. That's why I like it. This is wild buckwheat. Tastes like wood. Can't lie, it does taste like wood. You can make pancakes with it, mix it with some flour. When you process it though, there's a little stem on the inside, a little stick stem, like, that you got to get out, because if you chew that, ooh, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's the buckwheat, and there's so much. This area, it's a good spot for quail. If you want to get quail, this is a good spot. Further down over there, They hang out a lot, so you could set up like some little traps. You could actually make with the yucca, you could find big yucca stalks, cut them, hollow them out on the inside, and make one-way doors or snares in them. And then the birds will make their way in them, like bait it with some food, and like they'll make their way in there, and they'll go through a one-way door that they can't get out of, or you could snare them. It's probably a rabbit. Yeah, there's a lot of coyotes out here. I'm not really sure where they stay during the day. I've always been curious about that. Because at night, I'm telling you, you see a lot of them. You see a lot of them. This is yucca. So the seed pods, those are edible. You gotta boil them though. And the stalk, when it's younger in its life, you could cut it and then you could eat it like candy, like what is it? Sugar cane. You chew and suck on the inside and then spit it out and you get the sweet juice. And that's like your electrolytes right there. Look, somebody cut this. They took the flowers. Actually, I should take this. I could use it for a hurt board for friction fire. So I got a tripod now. It's like a tripod selfie stick. I need to get a new backpack. My backpack's ripping. I've had this for years. I thought about stitching it, but it's ripping. It's ripping from the seam. It's not gonna last much longer. Like from both the seams, like for the connection to the zipper on both ends. It's a good piece. Yeah, I'm trying to get an LL Bean Continental backpack, the old school ones. Not the new ones, the older ones. I like those. I actually ordered one the other day, but the seller on eBay flaked out. I don't know why. Okay, let's close this up. Close this up, got my shovel. Keep pushing. I need to get like a bendable branch so I can make a bow drill. I can't do hand drills. But I mean, I've never really tried. I just don't want to. I just don't want blisters on my hands for the first times trying. So that's actually been the reason I don't do it. Well, really, I don't do friction fires because my knees. When I used to do animal trapping, I used to walk through the on the joists in the attic, and it destroyed my knees. So at least before, They used to hurt when I'd be bending down trying to do the friction fires. I've done bow drills, but being down like that so long, like from car accidents, my back and my knees were just shot out. And like every day for years, just being outside, like I'm better now. Like I rested up, my body feels good. I haven't done it. So that's why right now I got this. A friend of mine, I want to teach her how to do it. She's interested in all this, so it's cool. I enjoy just like having someone I could just spend time with, talk to, and all that, and like just like yeah, this is what I'm passionate about. So you could actually find smooth river stones. The river smooths out a lot of the stones to eventually like they start getting a lot less coarse. And you know the ones that you could skip, so you could get those and you actually use those to hone your knife. It's not going to take off a lot of material, but it'll get it near finished. Won't be the best. Like ones like that, a little more. Once it still has to smooth out more. I grabbed one earlier. It's in my pack, but I don't want to take it out. I'll show it later. Oh my god, dude! Sometimes when I walk around in chanclas, there's like, when you're around these, expect there to be pads in the surrounding area. Just because you're not kicking it doesn't mean that there isn't like dead pads just laying around that you're gonna step on. No, they will go through your chanclas. It hurts. So cactus, there's a way. So when you trim them, if you were to cut them, instead of one pad coming up, two's gonna come out, and you cut it again, both of them. Now 4 are gonna come out, and it just creates more pads on the top. So that's the way to tend the nopales, the cactus. So tomorrow I gotta figure out where to get a branch for a bow. You wanna make sure you don't kick those either. They'll go through your pants, they hurt. I could take pain. I'm not afraid to say things do hurt. Like tattoos and all that, I don't say like I don't feel them. Like shit, every tattoo I felt. Some of them have me howling, but like it's not like you can't take it. Just why experience unnecessary pain? This little hill right here gets everybody winded that I come with. Alright, so that's it. Look at the silhouette. Love seeing the silhouette of the mountains. I had no moon. It's gonna be a dark night. Alright, that's it.